what's the word? I appreciate you checking out my video, but before we start, I'm gonna need you to do two things. Hit that like and subscribe.
It's like how many been? How many people they in? Three people in the past month and a half or some crazy shit?
In the past month. Another
what the
a lot of people don't talk about is the black guy. I think he went by Anthony or something, where he got unalived on New Year's, where they said he was out his apartment complex or
right out here in LA.
Yeah, and
man.
Northridge, but they don't really talk about that situation at all.
Yeah, that right there. That's what I was talking about. Like I said, it's been three, and that was one of the ones I was including with that. And in that situation right there, man, you know, you can tell with all of these shootings that's going on, dude, these guys had no type of training at all. Because regular cops wouldn't shoot anybody in those situations at all. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because that's because regular cops go through certain amount of training per month. You know what I'm saying? They stay with the training up to date on how to deal with those type of situations. And these, I don't know where the fuck they getting these motherfuckers from, man. I need to check that. I need to do some research on that. But they're not trained for this, dude. They not properly trained for this, dude. They jumping the gun too quickly. You know what I'm saying? And don't know how to handle certain situations. This is crazy, dude.
Now, as far as the first situation, I'd have to look at more details, but they said that guy that was shooting off the balcony, when he was given the orders to drop his weapon, he pointed it at the ICE officer that was off duty and let off 3 shots.
Huh.
So I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's something that they're trying to spin the narrative, but that was something that was said. So do that change anything about that particular situation?
Yeah, it does. And if that is true, and you got witnesses to testify to that, then hey, old boy was in the wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the cop identified himself, you know what I'm saying? Like, once that's done right there, you drop the gun. You know what I'm saying? And if he identified himself and then you aimed at him, that cop got free will to protect his life.
And I agree with you on that. But the thing I definitely agree with is, what do other people say about that? Did they hear all this go on? Because that's what I'm saying. You know how a lot of people...
did anybody see it? I'm sure somebody seen something.
Exactly.
Because that type of shit would be a commotion. You hear people yelling and shit. A lot of nosy motherfuckers in LA and shit. Niggas, they be picking out their windows and shit. What the fuck going on out there? Hell yeah, you gotta be, nigga. You gotta stay vigilant out here.
So that's that situation. Like, anybody else got anything to say about the first situation if they know about it? Because I want to break down all 3 of them. Soen, Icy, no. Okay, well, now the second situation, Renée Good. Do you think that was handled incorrectly, or what's your thoughts about that situation?
Yeah, see, they moved too quick, dude. Like with that, like that guy wasn't in the danger. His life wasn't in danger. He wasn't in front of the fucking car. Yeah. His life was not in danger. He was on the side of the vehicle, and he took the shot. You know what I'm saying? Had an angle and got her. Like damn, cold shot. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if he was in front of the vehicle and she took off. Then it's that's a legal shot right there. But this dude wasn't properly trained. You know what I'm saying? You obviously out of the fucking way. So when she moves the vehicle, you just jump in the gun. You know what I'm saying? So if that was the case, how come the guy that was next to him on the side of him that was by the driver door, why he didn't take the shot when she was moving? Because they both was on the side of the car.
Well, like you said, the dude that was by the window, he was literally besides the car. Now the other guy, he wasn't directly in front of it, but he was like a little bit in front to where it really wouldn't pose that big of a danger. Like I'm assuming that because I can't really speak for him, but from the angle that a lot of us saw, you're not directly in front of the car to where a lot of people feel like you should have just let her pass and leave and everything. Now, the question is, with her blocking off the street, is that violating any type of law?
Yeah.
So if you violate a law, do the police or ICE agents have the right to like try to stop you and apprehend
not for
you?
no fucking minor infraction? No.
You said not for a minor infraction?
Hell no. Because that's cops like that. You know how LAPD is out here and shit. They looking for the big shit.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing big, they let your ass go. You know what I'm saying? So that's like being properly trained. These ICE agents, they have no training with that. They ain't got no training on how to deal with people or you know, in that way, in the sense of dealing with the public. You know what I'm saying? Because wherever job they come from is probably some higher up, and they only doing some type of super cop FBI sneaking around the motherfucking back type. You know what I'm saying? They really dealing with the subjects or suspects or anybody else in particular when it comes to dealing with the public, because some people have emotions out there and they go crazy. The people don't know how to deal with that type of situation. They dealing with all these people out here doing protests, and you got all kind of different emotions and anger and you got all kind of shit going on out. These people don't know how to deal with that, man. Now,
it's pretty
cops, you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that popped off out here by the federal building and all that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit got out of hand, yeah, still, but they ain't out there shooting the goddamn protesters and shit. They ain't shooting and killing the motherfuckers. They might have bopped a couple of in the eye with mother paintballs and shit, but you know, they ain't them. You feel me?
Yeah. All right.
It's only the federal officers that's doing that shit.
Like I was about to say, I agree. Like it is a very intense, hostile environment, and I believe that this hostile environment kind of been created on both sides. You got the side with Trump to where he's sending people out there, and you got the people that's resisting and saying that they want to fight back.
This dude Trump is doing all of this. He know what the hell he doing, man. This motherfucker is antagonizing people. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's like, I'm gonna do this, and then I know that these ill-trained federal officers are gonna go out there and they're gonna make some wrong moves, and I'm gonna have to deal with that. But then, I want to do this because I want to push my true initiative, which is the whatever plan that shit was he was talking about, and for the fact that this man wants to run for a third term. Period.
You talking about Project 2025?
Oh yeah, that shit there. What his main goal, his main goal as of this point in the presence is the Insurrection Act, and he's making that play happen so he can go ahead and push that shit. And then once he push that, and then he can just go on and step in with his third term. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of Americans right now are fed up. And the ones that already was fed up with this dude, they're just waiting him out. We got to wait him out for 3 years. You know what? It's pretty much 3 years. And like this guy, you know, man, I used to think time used to fly, but then as soon as Trump got in office, time slowed the fuck down and shit, man. Like,
all right, we almost done with the second one. The only thing I want to say about that, and don't cancel me or anything, I don't believe that the lady should have been killed, but I think with her, you know, leaving the scene and all that stuff, I think that helped that situation the way that it did.
And check this out, dude. I'm glad you said that, because both of these ladies' killings, or my bad, unalives, that just happened with these federal agencies, they both could have been handled from both sides in a certain fashion of, let's be calm and right about this situation. I'm sure that the lady was, a little belligerent here and there and shit. Like I said, the cop didn't know how to, they didn't know how to deal with that type of situation. I don't know what was said during that while they was talking and all that, you know what I'm saying? But, I'm sure she was a little emotional on some things and shit. And it could have been dealt with in a better fashion. Like, hey, check it out. Can you get out the fucking way? Some shit like that. I'm finna move. I'm finna get out of here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure they wasn't trying to arrest her, right?
If anything, I think they was trying to detain her and give her a ticket or something.
Wow, you can't even say because she was blocking the street, right?
Yeah.
For a minor infraction. Wow.
Hey man, so you gonna tell me 94.6 of y'all are not subscribed?
What are y'all doing? Hit that subscribe button and put notifications on all.
Now let's get to the video.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Are you a fan of my brand and want to show your support? Well, I got some awesome merch for you to check out today. I got everything from stylish t-shirts featuring my logo to cozy hoodies that are perfect for those chilly nights. And don't forget about the signature hats and mugs. Whether you heading out to a concert, running errands, or just hanging out with friends, my merch is the perfect way to show your love for the brand. And the best part, I got some exclusive deals and discounts going on right now. So what you waiting for? Head over to the store, grab your favorite item before they gone. Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.